What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. Joique Bell in the house, former Lions great. J5, as he's known in them streets, right, Joique? J5.
Old Wayne State days.
Yeah, the old Wayne State days.
Old Wayne State
DMac,
days.
Darren McCarty, going to be a busy guy here tonight, throughout the day on Friday, four-time Stanley Cup champion. We have Art in the house as well. We have Fish. What?
Oh, never mind. This way.
There's the guy right there. As you can tell, we are live.
The man himself.
We are live at Big Boy.
Appreciate that.
Here at 12 Mile and Hoover, hanging out with our guy.
Big boy.
Big boy.
Big boy with Big D. Look at that.
Yeah. This guy right here is one of the icons in the Detroit area.
Were we just not looking at a picture of the old Silverdome? And a lot of us who remember the Silverdome and the Lions played in the Big Boy sign at the end of the stadium. So...
this guy.
We're rocking the Big Boy hockey jerseys, obviously.
Well, DMac, no, I'm telling you, though, like, you're a Detroit legend, obviously, but this guy's bigger.
Well,
there's
check out
no
the
doubt.
hair. The hair has not changed since the 50s.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the guy right here.
I think this is my jersey right here.
We got the Big Boy hockey jerseys. Joique Bell has his over there as well. I don't know why
you're acting like it wasn't presented to you.
It was. This is mine right here.
That's yours, yeah.
Yeah, this is mine. No, because I see another one that looks just like mine.
That's
right
Alex's.
There. Okay, all right.
But the folks here at Big Boy kind enough to get us all. Like your team. Got us all the Big Boy hockey jerseys, man. It's big time. It is. It's a good time here. I went all the way in. I got the Big Boy Classic. Had that for a lunch. I eat lunch really early. I had the Big Boy Classic. This guy's a classic.
He wants to know why you got Art's watch on. He's saying, why you got Art's watch on? I seen that on Art's Instagram.
What a watch.
No, but we are out here again, as we said, at Big Boy at 12 Mile and Hoover in Warren. It's good to be out here, one of the iconic spots here in the Metro Detroit area. And DMac, this place goes back a long way. It's good to be back here.
No, it absolutely is, and I think we all have our own Big Boy stories, whether it's breakfast, whether it's the, what'd you have, the Slim Jim?
No, I had the Big Boy Classic,
you had the Classic,
man. It's the best burger going, man.
But I think that, the one thing is that I noticed is they're just like everything else that we're trying to do here. I love it. Exactly. He's rubbing on my Kosher Kids Foundation because in honor to the Joey Kosher.
Hey, relax on Neal.
What they're doing, though.
I'm gonna hit him with the voodoo. I'm gonna give him the voodoo stuff right here. When I do this, his head's gonna start shaking.
Neal, here's the thing: especially here, the one on Hoover and 12 Mile that we're at, but Big Boy's doing some big things, moving into the 2021 and stuff with the things that they've done at the Big Boy land or Fraser Hockey Land, and this is really, really nice in here. I think that the upgrade so it ain't your old regular Big Boy. A lot of the stuff that they're doing inside. So I just had the classic, because you go with classic breakfast, and I am very happy.
Yeah, as am I.
He's trying it.
I'm gonna get choked out later tonight, Big Boy. I don't need to get choked out right now.
He wants to square up with you, though, D-Mac.
That's all right.
You got to admire the passion.
Listen, I think
it's hot in here.
It's so hot. Don't do it like that. Oh, that's Joique. He looked at him and that's it. Oh, that's
Joique was ready to square up, I thought, man. Yeah. Man.
Hey, you've done that before.
Hey, put the head back on. You're better looking.
Yeah, there you go.
Joey. The Big Boy's still even iconic, even if Joey's in the suit. It's still iconic, though. It is one of the big-time brands, though. But we're happy to have everybody with us. If you're following along on the YouTube chat as well, make sure you drop those comments in there. We'll keep up with them as the day goes on. And I'm sure, I can't wait to get everybody's thoughts. I know that you do. You get that nostalgic feeling when you're at Big Boy. And you got to get it back in the rotation, Joey. Got to pull up on him.
Pull up on me. We have to get that clip. We can get that, right, Art? We can get that. We need to get that clip going into next week. So we're going to hit everybody with the pull up on me with the clip. We need that here.
We do.
We need that clip.
We definitely need that here, though. But big football weekend, as you know, Lions in action against the Bears. We'll give you our thoughts on that. Tom Brady's going to try to beat every single NFL team. We'll talk about that for a few minutes. Big college football as well, Michigan and Wisconsin. Really, I think headlining the day for college football fans around here. The Super Bowl halftime show is set. I got to get Joique's thoughts on that. they're putting some fire together. There was a little bit of criticism out there, but not from me, man. I'm all kinds of fired up. Big D Energy, pick 'em. I'll get you right, too, my Get Right special. You're going to have to work for this one, folks, if you want to watch this Get Right special. Fish was breaking it down for me, but we got it all for you coming up here. Calvin Johnson on the show. If you haven't had a chance to see that, if you're on the YouTube channel, go back and watch our interview with Calvin Johnson and enjoy, your thoughts. Your guy, man.
My guy, hey, great interview, great story. Great to see he's getting the recognition he deserves. Now he's on that Mount Olympus of Hall of Famers now with this Football Life. Airing tonight, 9 p.m. Make sure you guys tap in. Calvin Johnson night on Football Life. Excited to watch it. I'm waiting to see what some of these players have to say about my bro. So I'm excited.
You know what's funny though, Joique? When I think about that, I look in the camera. I'll say, he's one of the greatest ever. He made big plays. Yeah, he's one of the greatest football players of all time. The end. Like that'd be a short episode for me. I mean, you played with them, Joique. If this was a camera, what would you say?
This is here we go.
Yeah, what would you say?
So this is what it's going to be, right? It's going to be about his childhood, him coming up. How did he get into football?
Yeah.
And like I said, stories that I heard from other coaches, where he told me that other coaches came to him and told him. I think it was OG, Coach Jay came up to him and told him, I think he was still in college, like, listen, Calvin, you have an opportunity to be the greatest receiver to ever play this game in the NFL. And so when I asked him that question yesterday on the show, at the time when he told him that, he didn't believe it. He just thought, okay. And then when he came into the league and saw that, okay, I can play in this league, because it's that time in every NFL player career where he has that light bulb goes off. Oh, I can play in this league.
I'm the dude.
I can do this.
Yeah.
The time for me when I had that idea in my head, it was when I was in New Orleans and Coach Sean Payton brought me to the office, and this is when we had 4 elite running backs on the team. And he said that I had played so well that I made the team keep me. They couldn't cut me. I mean, they had Chris Ivory, they had LaDarren Sproles, they had Pierre Thomas, they had just drafted Mark Ingram first round.
They had dudes that have been on your fantasy team in the past.
Exactly. And so, who is this Joique Bell kid? I had no name, And long story short, I mean, I thought I was out of there. But they said, you played so well, you made us keep you. I made the team, and that's when I kind of knew then, like, okay, I can play in this league. I just need to find my team and find my niche. And for Calvin, it was going into his second year. He said, you know what? Okay, after his first year, I can play. Second year, let me learn the mechanics. Let me learn the science behind being a wide receiver. How many steps? And all these things are critical. I remember watching Calvin play in person for the first time. They were playing I think this was the 0-16 season, and they were playing the Saints, which I think it was the last home game of the year. And I remember looking to the crowd at that game. It said buying a new car, $16,000. Buying a new house, $250,000. Watching the Lions go 0-16, priceless. And I remember looking at that sign and then looking on the field with my older brother at the time, Paul Source. And I'm on the sideline, watching the game. I'm still in college. And I see Calvin at wide receiver. And I hadn't met him yet. And he ran like a 10-yard, he ran like a 12-yard comeback. And he got there about 3 steps, and they were so powerful.
Yeah.
And I can hear him stumping into the ground. I mean, it was as if it was like a 300-pounder stopping.
Right.
And it was just so powerful. I said, God, like, this guy's going to be something nice. And this is his rookie year.
Yeah.
And so moving forward, I ended up being teammates with him. And I was able to see his work ethic in person. And it was amazing, man. It was amazing.
Absolutely. Now, DMac, you're my resident go-to for these types of things. I mean, as a guy, and look, you're self-professed role player on that Red Wings team. I mean, you've talked about that before, filling your role, knowing your role, all that kind of stuff. Cog in the wheel, exactly. But you're my go-to. I mean, you played with some of the greatest players to ever play this game, with Steve Yzerman and Sergei Fedorov and Brett Hall. The list goes on. What is it like to be teammates and see just again, my word is always mercurial, because that's the talent. There's no other explanation for it. When you play, when you share a jersey, when you share a playing surface with somebody like that, what's that like?
once you get by the awe of something different, like what Joyce said, the sound of either their feet hitting the ground or their skates cutting the ice or just the different moves that when you see somebody that can do something that either you can't do or that it's amazing, well, you get this, oh, wow, they're awesome. But then you look into it to see why they're awesome, because they work on their craft, because they're the first one in the gym, because they don't cut corners, because they take care of their body, because they know what it's all about to be a professional. So as a role guy or whatever, you just fall into the vortex. Now, we were spoiled because you had so many guys in the room to choose from, and guys did it differently, right? Where Sergei Fedorov, to be at peak performance, and he operated more of like a Ferrari, where it would be, maintenance and different things to make sure he was ready. Whereas Steve Yzerman, he was big onto like plyometrics and the bike and cardio and different things to be able to bear the minutes that he played and be able to bear, to playing in all the different situations. So it gets easy when you just follow these guys around, but then you understand, like Joique said, we talked about Calvin, what made him so good is because these guys work the hardest. When your talent matches your work ethic, then you're amazing. So that's what we hear about everything else. What do you put in to get out? And these guys put in the work.
I'm going to tell you this. I think what's important about having the talent to put in the work, something that is equally important to that is timing. All right, you have a lot of young guys who come out, and they're very successful because they're very athletic, right? They're very athletic. And, they use their athleticism to kind of get them through their career. And on the back end of the career, you will always hear players say, I wish I would have knew now. Oh, I wish I would have knew then what I knew now.
Right.
And so when you're able to capture that knowledge at an early age and be able to implement that into your game early on, is gonna make you more successful throughout your career. And for Calvin to have that light bulb go off after his first year and want to learn the science of being a wide receiver, I think that played a major part of him having major success throughout his career.
Absolutely. Going through the YouTube comments here, Jenna Newman says, hey, guys, am I able to come by and say hello? But then Steve R. answered the question, said, pull up on them, Jenna. So there you go.
Pull up on us.
Pull up on us. So it's funny because as we're sitting here and we have Big Boy behind us, my daughter looked up to her mom and said, Mommy, Daddy's on TV with Big Boy. And so she said, that's amazing.
She recognized.
Yeah, so yeah, my daughter.
But like you said, the Big Boy, where we as a Michigan
that kid didn't know who you were, DMac.
The kid doesn't matter. They don't need to. You know what? As the older I get, the more it happens. But we got the Googler.
Tammy Chin says, what a hockey game last night. Saw a lot of good things. DMac actually will break that down coming up right around the noon hour as well.
Pucking around with DMac.
Yeah.
Pucking around.
I never puck around.
Absolutely. But again, we're happy to have everybody here. We're broadcasting live from the Big Boy at 12 Mile and Hoover, one of the staples of the Detroit area. Another staple of the National Football League is Tom Brady. Well, he returns to New England for the biggest game of the year, and the stakes have never been higher at MyBookie. Whether you're backing the Bucks or the Pats this Sunday, the game is always more exciting when you got a little jack on it, a little action on it at MyBookie. Get in on the action and take this game to a whole new level at MyBookie. Both teams are sporting top defenses, and nobody knows each other better than Brady and Belichick. Slow and steady will probably win this race. The smart money, I think, is on the under. But don't wait around. Join MyBookie now and get in on the biggest game of the season. Use my promo code Woodward Sports and double your first deposit. Again, that's promo code Woodward Sports to get double your first deposit with MyBookie and start your winning season today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Have a gambling problem? Call the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
Thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Back at it here live at the Big Boy at 12 Mile in Hoover in Warren. And people in the YouTube chat thread, they're definitely showing off. Lion Rumble 81 says Big Boy's breakfasts are legendary. This guy can attest. He had one this morning.
And I'll tell you this right now, because I'm a bacon guy, and when you ask for your bacon, well done, and when they do your bacon perfect here, I'm telling you that this Big Boy did it right. So if you like your bacon well done, perfect here.
Absolutely. I went with the Big Boy Classic. I was waiting on it. The second I found out we were coming here,
You got here early.
I was early. All of a sudden,
I came here. Yeah, listen. I walked in. DMac had his own table. Neal had his own table. They both had their backs turned to the public, and I came over. The place was wiped clean.
That's it. I didn't know there was public here. I was too busy. I had covered in. I didn't even know Neal was here eating too.
Yeah, absolutely. But I wanted to get into this whole Lions-Bears situation. We will recap, too, the Bengals-Jags game last night. I know a lot of you watch it. I actually did watch that one pretty much from start to finish. But a Tev Sauce, too, and I want to get to this question for you, Joique, before I did pass by. He says, do you think that the last defensive performance against the Ravens was better than any defensive performance during the Quinn Tricia era? In terms of, you know what, I would argue that, like in terms of shutting down a high quality, high caliber player, I haven't seen the Lions step up like in that respect.
Yeah, you know what, they played well, they played great, and the thing is, I was watching Tiki Barber kind of talk about how the Lions are fighting to the very end, right? And I think that was the most complete game they played this season so far. They had a few mistakes here and there, but ultimately, I think I wasn't mad at all with the way they played. I came in on the show, said it the very next day on Tuesday when I came in. I wasn't upset at all. And that's what we're going to need going forward is that type of fight, that type of commitment. And with them having guys down at the DB position, having Trey Flowers out, and for them to come in and fight like that and battle like that against arguably a guy that might be up for the MVP this year. I mean, a guy that's leading the league right now in yards per carry and yards per pass. Which has never been done in NFL history, and for them to go out there and play like that against him, I mean, I can't ask for more, especially with a roster with what we have. I cannot ask for any more than what I'm seeing. So for me, I would say yes.
Yeah, and again, though, DMac, it goes back to that for me. Just we know the book on Lamar Jackson. He's a dynamic player, upper echelon player in the National Football League, and they controlled him except for 4th and 19.
Well, I mean, it's a learning process. Everything that Joique said with what we had going in, where's my sign? Flash, 3-34, 3-34. I mean, if you put out what I expected, I'm on board with what Joique said. It's great. But now there's mistakes that have been made. We got to improve them. We're consistently doing some things with the clock that we shouldn't do. We need to improve it. So, baby step our way in, but I'm on point with Mr. Bell.
Yeah, absolutely. In our YouTube chat thread, Chuck Brewer says, is that a Jenna sighting? Jenna has stopped by in the house.
Yes.
Jenna Newman is here. So
hello, Newman.
Jenna pulled up.
Pulled up on us.
Pulled up.
Jenna,
one of our most loyal listeners.
Absolutely. Jenna said they got Fish and Art over in the corner. Well, unlike Baby, we will put Fish and Art in the corner. Yeah. So we will do that. But I like to see that Fish, dressed up for the occasion, has the tuxedo T-shirt on. That's always a quality play. Always a quality play.
I just noticed that. I appreciate that if you're dressing up. I know that you're doing that for the grind line. Way to go, Fish.
Yeah, absolutely. A big night for Mr. Darren McCarty, which we will touch on in a little bit. You got a long night tonight, man.
I got a great night tonight. I got a long night tonight. Yeah, it's going to end probably in a lot of blood and pain and stuff like that. But
all good nights do, right?
Yeah. All good night. No, I mean, trust me. When I say that means I'm having a good night. I mean, don't worry about me. You do you, I'll do me. But yeah, we got a busy day today. Look forward to it. Obviously, going down induction into the Michigan Treasure with a lot of other great people. I think the Killer Kowalskis, who anybody who followed the Lions back in the day was a great beat writer and friend, and obviously Calvin, Shane Battier, different guys at our era, I guess.
Right,
This is sort of our era. So between that and then heading out to the ICW No Holds Barred out in Fenton, and that's the big death match that I'm getting involved in tonight. And Brandon Kirk's he's been chirping me, and I'm just gonna
take care of some
represent.
business.
Well,
Hold it down.
it ain't about no win or lose, but Joique, here's the one thing with DMac. I'm gonna stay. If I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna stand in there, and you can beat me with whatever else, but I ain't going away. So I mean, it's to prove a point, and I love the fact for all, and if for anybody who's not in it, it's sort of the niche, but the storylines, and it's the compassion for the most violent, but to see the compassion and talking with all these guys and make the story and stuff like that. So I don't know. I guess I have a sick way of trying to feel alive, but I got to get up. Maybe I'll help me get this crazy up, but we'll talk about it next week. Yeah,
absolutely. Some of the other things that people are talking about, DMac, your big boy hockey jersey, but that we both have. The number 19 there. Everyone's bringing it up. Now, there's a story behind that for you, though.
I was just saying, you know how much big boy, and this is the love and respect, because if you know Darren McCarty, I wore 19 in junior, and I wore it even if you see people I signed my Adirondack, which is like my first year card in 1992, I wore number 19. And when I came here, I was like waiting for it, and then it was like they didn't give me it. I think that's why Stevie picked on me, because he knew that I deserved 19 more than he did until finally I made 25 a number. But that's just big boy going back into the junior archives. Been back where our boy Sean Belizean, where I used to say, why I love Sean Belizean, because he saw me play junior. So he knows how great I was. So obviously it's a big boy company that done it too.
Yeah, they knew. Yeah. Real recognized
that's
real,
what it
right?
is. Mm-hmm. It's like the 5. It's like J5. The juggernaut back in the Wayne State days.
All right, and just so we don't forget about it, I want to send a huge shout out to all the Nigerians. Happy Nigerian Independence Day.
All right.
This is great for you guys. I mean, it's great. So I had to put it out there. Happy Nigerian Independence Day.
Yeah. And so the 19 on DMac was one topic of discussion, and Fish's tuxedo T-shirt. Detroit Dabber says, he can be formal, but he's here to party too.
That's it. Isn't that a motto?
Straight from work, straight to happy hour.
Besides the boop, that's it. There he is. Besides the boop,
straight from
there
work,
he is.
happy hour. There we go.
And let me send it's important. So October 1st would have been Craig McCarty's 72nd birthday. So one of the things is important, because I know we've all lost people along the way close to us. But one thing that I try to do and is a lead by example for all the lessons. I am a child raised by a stepfather who lives by all the lessons he's given me. I didn't agree, didn't understand, didn't know growing up, but to this day I think the man would be proud. So happy 72nd birthday. I know you're looking down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said, DMac. But, as we get into further discussion here today, we are live at the Big Boy, as we said, at 12 Mile and Hoover in Warren. As Joique always says, pull up on us here. We've had some people pull up on us already. But when we come back, I want to get in, a little bit deeper to this Lions game. We have some guests from Big Boy as well. Can't wait to talk to them also. A lot to do here on today's Big D Energy. But, real quick, before we do cut out to that break, I did want to reset the football game last night. Joique, I watched a good portion of that game as the Bengals came back to beat the Jaguars 24-21. And DMac, for those who were listening yesterday,
the hook,
man. I tried to tell you guys.
I was going to bring this up, right? Did you see how that game ended last night? So do you remember the hook conversation about the 3.5?
So you would have bought the hook.
You would have bought the hook to 3, because was it at 3 or 3.5?
I think it was at 3.5 at game time.
So the same thing though. If it was at 3, you would have bought the hook to 2.5. But if it was at 3.5, that's the even more important play, to buy it to 3. So to get the push out of that, especially down 14-0 early.
The line closed at 7.5. The line did close at 7.5.
Oh, it did? Okay.
So but the point of that was though, Joique, when you had the hook, you were resting easy yesterday.
Okay.
Because even if the Bengals go in and score a touchdown, they go up 7, but you got 7.5.
Right.
So you're styling and profiling.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It all depends on which side you're on, but that's where the hook would going down to it, you're like, okay, I don't care, just end the game.
Yeah,
score.
Somebody score.
And then when you see them, so as a gambler, right, when you have the points and you see, the clock's running down, they're just going to try to go for that field goal. Yeah. Now you're going to root please make the field goal. Don't go to overtime.
Yeah, you just want the game
even though
over.
overtime with the 7,
you're good.
Because of the 6, you're still good.
You're good. The most you can is it by the 6.
There's a lot. There's a lot to it.
Were you satisfied with the game and the outcome?
Well, yeah. I mean, just based on what I told everybody. I mean, what I tell you, when everyone's piling on one way,
no,
you go the other way.
It smelled that way, and
it just reeked last night of that. It just reeked of.
You know what?
You're talking as a betting standpoint. I'm saying as a fan of the game.
Football. It was what we thought it was. It was just for me. I think Urban Meyer lost that football game, and you know me, Joique. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Field goals get you beat. Touchdowns win games, especially on the road. However, one of the only times ever I would have said kick the field goal was right before the half. They had the ball. It was about a minute to go. It was 4th and goal, like at the 1. In my opinion, you're on the road, you can go up 3 scores. And you know, Joique, the psychology of being up 3 scores versus 2 scores. You get stopped, it's 14-0. If they score a touchdown, it's a 1 possession. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like from the psychology standpoint of it all. Being on the road, 17-0 at the half. It's a 3-score game. You're coming to the second half of the game. That is one of the very few times I would have kicked the field goal if I were Jackson.
I wasn't mad at it.
No, and I'm not going to die on the hill for it.
Yeah, I'm not. Because at that point, you have your team. You're on the goal line. It's, we don't have anything to lose. We haven't won all year. Let's do it. Let's do it. That 4th and 1 with Lamar Jackson, and Coach Harbaugh goes out there. Lamar. Want to go for it? All right, let's go.
Yeah.
And they called it and put it in Lamar's hands. I wouldn't say Trevor Lawrence is on that. He's on that level yet.
But they tried it. Yeah.
But they tried it. The thing is, though, Trevor Lawrence, he is making plays and being a threat both with his arm and also with his legs. Now, he's Lamar Jackson 2.0. Now, I'm not going to go that far. But he did make some plays with his legs.
But they were having success running I thought it was interesting. They ran a college playbook yesterday.
They did.
They ran a college, but it was working.
It was working
until it wasn't.
But you know what? One thing that I did see from Trevor Lawrence, which I really, really want to commend him, was how he managed the game. He was making smart throws, and give it to the Jake. It was no turnovers on both sides of the ball.
Right.
Now, I think he actually played better than Joe Burrow.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I think he played better than Joe Burrow.
It took Burrow a minute to snap into it.
And even then, when it was second, or I think it might have been 3rd and 1 on the goal line, second and 1 or 3rd and 1 on the goal line in third quarter. They had about 5 minutes and 20 seconds left where they had a wide receiver wide open. Nobody covered him. And Joe Burrow snapped it and tried to, quarterback sink it up the middle. Don't put yourself in harm's way if we don't have to. That's the easy, Calvin and Stafford had this thing. When they're on the goal line, he'll give Calvin something subtle.
Right.
Something real subtle, and it's just that quick. And he knows he's running a fade. Or he'll look over the side, give him a fist, and he knows that's a slant. Right? And it's just something that simple. You have no one out there guarding this wide receiver. It's just a snap, one step, and just toss it over there. And instead of that,
matchup game. It's a matchup game.
Instead of it's no one holding you. It's not even a matchup. Yeah. It's no one out there with them. And so fast forward. Bye, Jenna.
Bye, Jenna.
So fast forward. You try to sneak up the middle. You put yourself in harm's way. You can get hurt. You can fumble. You don't get the touchdown. So it was a wasted play. I'm just saying.
No, I get what you're saying. That was the one time though that I would have kicked the field goal. But yeah, they were both good. They were both good.
He was too hot cold for me. He was too hot cold. Started off cold, but he heated up towards the end, and he played well enough just to win this game.
Well, if the football thing doesn't work for him, what should he do?
He should probably call Northwestern Tech. Have I told you about Northwestern Tech? Start a new career in the industry that's always essential, the heating and cooling industry. To learn more, go to northwesterntech.edu. I'm Joique Bell. That's Neal Ruhl. That's Darren McCarty. And this is Woodward Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back here. Big D Energy Woodward at Sports Network, broadcasting live from Big Boy at 12 Mile and Hoover. Happy to be out here with everybody. We are in Warren, live from the MyBookie studios, the mobile MyBookie studios here today. Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, DMac, Darren McCarty in the house as well. And as we've been talking about all day long out here, I got the opportunity to knock down the classic Big Boy. It's everything it always is. I certainly was fired up to get that. And speaking of being at Big Boy right now, we're joined by the CEO of Big Boy Restaurants. He is Tamer Offer here in the house. And Tamer, we appreciate you guys having us out here. Lots of fun out here. Appreciate the hockey jerseys. You guys are great hosts, man. How are you doing?
We're doing great, man. We're happy to have you guys out here. We really appreciate you guys being out here, and we're happy to be supportive of this venture. I think it's a great program you got here. So.
Oh, well, we certainly do appreciate that. But Tamer, I have to ask you guys. I mean, and I've been noticing this. Actually, I've talked about this with my wife in the past. Big Boy Restaurants really making that push right now, kind of redesigning a lot of the restaurants, reimagining the brand. You guys are being very, very progressive right now.
Yeah, we're trying. Obviously, we acquired the company about in 2018, and we've done a lot of different things to renovate, remodel, improve the menu. It's always been a farm-to-table restaurant. Nobody's ever really known that. So really bringing it to the new generation. So you've seen new menu creations and all that good stuff, and we're just excited to have a phenomenal brand and rebuild it.
Yeah, you look at it, too. You talked about the farm-to-table aspect of the restaurant. That was something, I never really knew. And look, nutrition habits have changed. My nutrition habits have changed. A lot of people's nutrition habits have changed, and Big Boy's right there for it.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate that. Most people don't know that we actually make our own ice cream, so make sure you try some of that. We're one of the few companies that still do that. So.
Well, so we'll talk about that, because I think the big thing is as you're, rebranding or opening up these new, these new restaurants, which ain't your old Big Boy. Obviously, we see with the hockey jerseys in Fraser Hockey Land, you guys have taken that over. All these different things and plans, you put that ahead. But talk about, building your own ice cream, making your own ice cream. People don't really realize it, and it's done right here, right?
Done here in Michigan, yeah. Actually in Michigan and Warren. We've got the commissary here, so we prepare a lot of the foods, the soups, the salad dressings. We're a Michigan-based company, and so we're happy to be in Warren. We're happy to be doing all of those things, getting people to know that we're farm to table, getting them to know that we make our own ice cream. Like I said, you've seen some of the new menu items, but getting people to know that we're actually outside of Michigan too. So we opened in Nevada last year. We're opening on the Vegas Strip first quarter of this year. We just opened in Germantown, Wisconsin. We're opening in Green Bay. We're opening in California and Arizona. Yeah. So we're expanding the brand outside of Michigan. So
can the Big Boy mascot be trusted on the Vegas Strip?
That's a good question. I don't know. Big Boy, he gets out there pretty.
He's got a lot of juice in the community. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So real quick, you guys are doing a lot of great things, and you see you guys are changing the menu. When you guys change the menu, is it per the demographic you're in, or is it something that you guys, this is what we're going to do, you guys do it globally?
So that's a great point. So actually we're pretty flexible. We do have certain menu items that are, that we keep on the menu that are standards, but then in locals such as Nevada or Vegas or California stores, we have a different flair. Same with Ohio. So we're pretty flexible with making our menu cater to the area.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. We're joined here by Tamer Offers, the CEO of Big Boy Restaurants. And on cue, Tamer, the chat explodes to talk about the shakes. The shakes are delicious. The people want to know. You're not changing the shakes, right?
No, absolutely not. Hand-dip shakes, one of the signature items of Big Boy.
How do you balance that, though, between you wanting to be progressive, you want to make some changes to the menu, but, the Big Boy Classic where it starts and ends, for me, how do you balance that between playing the hits and also making the changes that the people want?
Well, I think, you maintain the things that the core items that people love. You don't change those. And everybody loves the Big Boy, and if anybody changed it, I think you'd hear about it nonstop. So keeping the Big Boy, keeping the Slim Jim, but then introducing...
Got to keep the Slim Jim.
Got to keep the Slim Jim, right?
Got to keep the Slim Jim.
But then making new items like the chicken sandwich, the Dolly chicken sandwich, and, the mushroom Swiss burger, and, making it more relevant. If you haven't had our chicken tenders now, they're actually phenomenal. And so we've got a world-class chef who's Culinary Institute graduate, and we've brought on a full culinary team that works on all this stuff. So They create all the good stuff. I just get to try it.
That's great. That's great. So question. If we wanted to put, say, a Big Boy, because you guys used to have one that used to be right there on Jefferson across from Belle Isle.
Yep.
It's not there anymore. But you guys, so say you guys would have put one right there in the heart of Detroit, and a lot of people in Detroit are becoming more plant-based. Would you guys think of doing something plant-based in there? Look, I see a smile on your face. You got something cooking.
Oh, we got something cooking already. So yeah, we do have some plant-based stuff on our menus with the Impossible Burger, but we are adding some new. I'll tell you, it's hopefully a Skinny Butcher brand. It's another local Detroit brand. We use former partner of Jack Aronson and Dave Zilko.
Okay.
From Garden Fresh. They put me out a great new brand, so we're going to be carrying it at Big Boy soon. So.
Well, I think that's the one important thing with Big Boy is not only like you said, the expansion throughout this state, but also your sort of give back. But a lot of things that you source are Michigan products, right? So it's to take into effect of what we have here and how to bring. Is there other things, that partnerships or relationships that you guys have been able to build? I like to hear about, because your interest obviously in the hockey, but you guys are big into give back in the community, and I know that people like on Woodward, Pasquale's, you guys acquired that to put another Big Boy in. So this is something where what you're seeing, we're sitting in, is the beginning. This is the start of everything going on, right? And so can you talk about just your vision and the mission, especially starting here?
Sure. I mean, and that's a great thing to talk about too, Darren, when you talk about Big Boy Arena, the rebranding, and the youth hockey club, and seeing the explosion of that, and having Big Boy sponsor them and give back to that is going to help bring a younger demographic to us, and help bring and expand the Big Boy name and the vision. So it's not just, we're not just a food company. We're a lot bigger than that. You're talking about one of the highest nationally rated brands in terms of brand loyalty, and you're up there with Harley Davidson. So you're talking about a great brand that we want to expand. You want my vision? I want to see us merchandise everywhere. I want to see Big Boy Halloween costumes everywhere. I want to get back. We're the longest running comic in the history as a Big Boy comic book. I want to get back to that. I want to do Big Boy video games. I want Big Boy Lego movies. I mean, we signed a deal with a media company that's looking and pitching a deal to Netflix about making a Bob's Big Boy show.
You know what? It's funny because that kind of, you literally just led me into my next question. Because, I was talking to a good friend of mine. We were talking about, wealthy people and successful people, and when is enough. So do you guys have a goal to you guys want to get to, or is this a train that just never stops? You just want to keep excelling?
Yeah, I think the goal is just to keep going and going. I want to see Big Boy, I want to see us reach past 100 years. I want to see, hopefully, my children take over someday. I mean, that's what I want. I want to see this. I grew up with this brand, and this brand brings a lot of memories to a lot of people. There's very few people that I run into that don't have a Big Boy story. Either they met at Big Boy, or their first job was a dishwasher at Big Boy, or...
Oh, you must have talked to Art.
Our very own Art. Yeah.
Did you know that?
Our very own Art.
No, but I hear it everywhere I go. I go to Arizona and I hear, the first place I went to was a Big Boy, or my first job was at a Big Boy. So I want that, and that's such a big and powerful thing for a Michigan brand, to give the love and to have the love to do that. So we want to keep building that, guys, and we want to take that and expand it everywhere.
Talking to Tamara Offer here, the CEO of Big Boy Restaurants, and Matthew Osterman in our chat thread here says, I got a suggestion idea. It'd be awesome someday if Woodward Sports came and broadcast at the Big Boy location in Grosse Pointe next time. So we got to get the list going. Yeah. But Tamara, I did want to talk about too. I mean, you talk about Big Boy getting with the times as in terms of a company, everything going on. And just to throw another thing, I was talking with Patrick here earlier before we went on the air over a Big Boy Classic, as a matter of fact. But he brought up the fact, I mean, you're dealing with Big Boy NFTs now.
Is it Big Boy's NFTs now?
Yeah.
And
you
Funko
Pops.
What?
You got to drop some commas. You got to drop some commas to get in that game too. I mean,
you got to drop commas to get in the NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the global thinking that Big Boy Restaurants right now has that maybe they didn't in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're looking out as not just, a food company and a Michigan-based company, but we're looking at it as a media company and a branding company. I mean, again, it is such a powerful brand. That Big Boy logo, I mean, that's what we all work for, really. Yeah. I mean, but anywhere you go, you see people taking pictures with that. You don't see that with any other brand. So that tells me there's a lot of love there, and we just want to take that love everywhere.
Yeah, well, Tim, before we let you go, and I'll put you on the spot a little bit here, Dom Rivera in our chat thread, too, as well, says, used to go to Big Boy all the time, haven't been in forever. pitch them right now. I mean, why should they come back? Because I know why, because I just ate a Big Boy Classic, but you tell them why.
Well, and that's exactly it. I mean, I think, we're doing everything we can to become not just relevant, but to put great food on our menus. And we've always had great food, but now we're putting better food out there, and it's food that you'll crave. And I think we're becoming a food destination. But it's not just that. It's families and entertainment. Big Boy's about first dates and strawberry shakes and hot fudge cakes. I mean, that's what you want to try. And if you haven't been in a Big Boy in a while, come in and try them, because they've just gotten better and better.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. Coming in here, because I haven't been in Big Boy for a minute, but walking in here, the aesthetics here are amazing.
Yep.
Thank you. No, it's amazing. So wherever your architect is and your interior designer, the people who came up with this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, honestly. Yeah,
well, Tamara, we appreciate you guys having us out here. We're having a lot of fun. You guys are first class all the way, and slide back through here if you haven't in a while. Appreciate
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Always feel free to pull up on us.
Pull up on us, as Joique likes to say. Tamara Offer, everyone, the CEO of Big Boy Restaurants, kind enough to take a few minutes here, sit down, and rap with us. And, everything that he said, I got the same feeling when I walked back in here. I mean, it had been a minute, too, since I had come through a Big Boy, but we'll definitely be going through there. There is no question about that. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the NFL. Tom Brady can beat every single NFL team. And look, if DMac were cooking in the back right now, and I asked him to cut my Big Boy Classic in half, what would you use?
Well, actually, you know what? I don't have the machete today because we are in the back. They're trying to use the coastportland.com. I tell you WSN 20 every day. And did you know today's Friday? So Coast, yes, it's the $100 gift certificate. Drum roll, please. This one is going to Stephen Riz at BLK Bullet. The lamp in front of DMac during Big D would be a great addition to my camping gear. While Stephen Riz, expect that Coast Portland gift certificate for $100. And you too, go to coastportland.com, WSN 20 for 20% off. Look for the knives. Don't worry, I'll get the machete back for next week from back there. So they're doing great things here at Big Boy. But tell them, Coast Portland, go see them, WSN 20. Tell them, Big D Energy, Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, Darren McCarty here from the biggest Big Dizzle in Warren. We're Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Welcome back to Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy, Joique Bell. That guy, Darren McCarty, wearing number 19. Oh, no, he's got the T-shirt on, the Isaac T-shirt.
Yeah, the head of HR. I had to get it printed out. You got to watch his mouth, right? All right? Well, Isaac eats. That's our boy taking whatever it takes. So have they cut up that video yet, Art?
They're working on it, though. But we are live at the Big Boy at 12 and Hoover. This guy, the icon Big Boy around town. And Joique, were you surprised, man, when we were talking with Tamara Offer, the CEO of Big Boy? You were a little bit shocked, right, to know that just a global pull that Big Boy brand has, man.
No, it's pretty dope because, like you said, everyone has a Big Boy story.
Yeah.
And my Big Boy story was the first time I had a Slim Jim because I never had one.
Yeah.
And then it was like a moment in time where I kept going back to get a Slim Jim. So, I have this because I'm like a robot. Once I get something I like, I continue to get it all the time.
That's
until I get over it, and it was like a good year of me going to get those Slim Jims from Big.
I think that's the athlete in us, bro. Because then it's easier, right? We find something we like, then we can take that off what we have to do for everything else. So if we can fit things into our routine.
And it's programmed too, right? So like the teams I travel with when we're traveling on the road, the dinners, game day meals are always the same. Breakfast the same, lunch the same, dinner the same.
I'm telling you, one thing for me is that's never going to stop. All right, I might take a break for a little bit, but I'm going to always come back to it just to give my digestive system a break. It's French toast. I need my French toast.
Oh,
I'm a French toast connoisseur. I'm a French toast connoisseur.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I'm going to always have. It's even on my Instagram. French toast connoisseur is in my bio.
I can appreciate that. I'm a fan of the French toast.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would never turn down a good French, like any French toast.
I'm telling you. So whenever I'm with the family, we're at like a family gathering. So like for instance, it was my sister's birthday last month, so we all flew out to Orlando to go spend the weekend with her. So it was about 14 of us in the house, and I wake up in the morning, they would want me to make French toast. I had to make like 30 plus French toast for the whole family. So I'll tell you, it was none left when I left.
No,
it was none left.
Well, speaking of bios, the Detroit Lions looking to add a win to their bio for this season. They go to Chicago. They take on the Bears. And, we've talked a little bit about it as far as, yesterday and earlier on in the week, but some things are becoming more and more clear except for the Bears quarterback situation. And don't forget, Joique Bell and I will be here. Well, we won't be here like at Big Boy, but we will be available here on Woodward Sports. We'll be live in O'Toole's from Royal Oak. Myself, Joique Bell.
Here on Big D.
Absolutely. Maz, Jade from WRIF, the official Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. O'Toole's in Royal Oak from 11 to 1 o'clock. That's available on our Facebook, YouTube, our Twitter. Join us, Woodward Sports, DraftKings, Jose Cuervo, and WRIF. You can come out, win some great sports prizes and more. And don't forget about the postgame as well, live from the Brass Rail in downtown Detroit. Stick and Anson will be out there. Woodward Sports and Jim Beam starting live at the 2-minute warning of every Lions game. And they will have after-party VIP area for Woodward Sports fans, pizza, and more. The official postgame for Detroit football is at the Brass Rail. And, Joique, I have to ask you this, and it's good practice because I'm going to ask you this on Sunday, too, for the pregame show when we get there. But this whole Bears quarterback situation, break it down for me. I mean, because you don't know who to prepare for or anything like that. Like, you don't know exactly what's going on. But with all that being said, how big of a difference? Is that overvalued, undervalued? What is it?
No, it's not. So it's not going to be that big of a deal for the simple point of they don't have a quarterback that we have to fear, right? None of their quarterbacks I would consider being a blue player,
right?
So we wouldn't. So what we'll do is we'll just prepare for that offensive coordinator. Because, offensive coordinator, they're going to run the plays that they're used to.
Right.
They're not going to go outside their norm, especially when they don't have a quarterback that they feel comfortable with putting into the game to run the offense. It's going to be what we went through in training camp. We're gonna take that big playbook. We're gonna bring it down to about this much for the game plan, and this is all we're running. We're not putting in nothing new. Let's just do the ordinary things extraordinary well. So that's the only thing they have to do. So, no, I think you just prepare for the offensive coordinator and you'll be fine.
Justin Fields versus Andy Dalton. I mean, two totally different skill sets, two totally different quarterbacks, two totally different people in terms of what they do well, how dynamic they can be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What about that? Is that a different wrinkle at all?
Yeah. So you got to think. They just held one of the best. So Justin Fields is going to be something similar but not as effective as a Lamar Jackson. And so you see how well they played against Lamar Jackson. So if they have to go against Justin Fields, they can continue to do what they did from this previous week. And I don't think they did too bad.
Yeah, I would agree. DeAndre Swift, questionable, as is Michael Brockers. Trey Flowers, questionable as well. Romeo Quara, questionable for the Lions. And what about that,
difference, though? Here's the one difference. I keep hearing out of, like, Chicago or whatever is, what was wrong? How did they do this? They haven't moved forward to this week looking to the Lions. Like, the Lions, it seems that, okay, last week happened. It sucks, 66-yarder, we did that. But now we're moving on. You're mentioning injuries, but it seems like we're focusing on Chicago. It seems like they're more worried about the pass. And I don't know if they're looking – I mean, how can you not look over or ahead of Detroit or whatever? But I think that the way that it's setting up, I like our focus as the Lions going into this game as opposed to Chicago. It just seems like there's every day they don't know what's going on, which is good for us.
And there's a lot of noise coming out of Chicago,
that's the
too.
Noise. Remember how it used to be here? If what happened to the Detroit Lions on last Sunday, that would have drug on the whole season. We would have been hearing about how that would have happened and it would never happen with Dutch Schultz and this and whoever back in the day and stuff. But here's the thing, right? This Lions regime, the players, coaches, whatever, addressed it. Dan Campbell said it sucked, and then they moved on, right? Like you're supposed to. So I sort of see that. You don't see that in Chicago. We're talking about this week. It seems that there's some infighting. There's more like turmoil. There's things in Chicago seem like what's usually in Detroit.
It's a lot of positive going on here in Detroit right now.
Yes.
But if you look at our record, and I said this earlier, that you're not going to see the improvements on this team by looking at our record. You're not going to see it there.
3 of 34.
Yeah.
It's the third game of 30. Guys, 2 years. And I know we don't want. I don't want to hear it. I'm one of the more negative people out there. But even I'm cutting passes right now, Joique. I am.
But you look at people and they say, well, you have other coaches that's been into or went to other programs or other teams, and they were able to turn their team around in 1 year. Well, those teams didn't have the dysfunction that we've had. I mean, arguably one of the worst franchises in the NFL with not one Super Bowl appearance. Not one.
Well, it isn't even that, Joique. It's more along the lines of the damage. Like, we know the damage that was done on the field, and you hear me talk about this all the time because it's my thing, because I think it's the biggest factor with anything that goes on with a bad team. Not the damage that was done from a personnel level, but the damage that's been done financially. You're talking and that was my whole 2023 thing with the hashtag 2023 T-shirt that I'm coming out with. The damage that's been done financially, be it the Vitae contract, the Trey Flowers contract, and that's why I think that Brad Holmes, when he came in here, the impetus was so much on draft capital, because that's the way you fix bad free agent contracts, is with rookie contracts. It's the only shot you got, Joique.
It is the only shot you have, and right now we have $55 million in dead cap space. That we just have to wait until
you got to rip that Band-Aid off sometime, man.
Yeah, and the thing is. It's no one in this regime fault on why that happened, But hey,
but that doesn't make it go away, though.
It doesn't make it go away.
It's very much here,
So there's something that we have to deal with. But most fans and most people who aren't really diving deep into the team finances and understanding the business side of football, they're not going to know that. They're just going to look at the record and say, "Oh, they're 0-3 and there's same old lines."
Right.
But it's truly not. So if you really want to take a deep dive, make sure you tap in with us on Sunday for we can look. We want to break some stuff down from the game, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I am too. And you and I, you and I will have the chance to really geek out on football.
I'm telling you right now, they're going to. You're
going to see me go take my game to a new level in the geek side.
No, so here you go. So right now, this is one of the games I had them winning, right? And so every other game up to this point, I didn't have us winning, but I have us winning this game, all right? And the other game, I said we're going to sneak up on them and probably get Cleveland Browns. Mark, I'm saying it right here, right? That might be the one game that we're not supposed to win that we end up winning.
I'm taking the Lions to cover the spread against the Rams. I'm telling you guys that right now. Telling you guys that right now. But we'll get to that coming down the road. But DMac, the Bears, a 3-point favorite. They're -3 even. So that tells me that the steam is on the Lions, and the next stop on that train is the Bears -2.5. Yep. And Joique, that's always a big thing in the betting world. When a team is a 3-point favorite, it takes a lot to get them off. You got to bet a lot of money on the Lions. People have to bet a lot of money on the Lions to get them off that 3, to get them to +2.5. The 3 is so valuable because that's a common outcome. So there's going to be a lot of money, I think, on the Lions as this thing gets closer, because people have Joique's take. A lot of the media people around town share Joique's opinion. I think for me, it's still a road game in the NFL. And that's usually a losing proposition. It's just so hard to win on the road.
Fans travel. They travel for those Chicago games. They travel.
They do. I know. I've done it before.
I've
done it before. But DMac, I mean, you look at that. The public sentiment seems to be on the Lions.
No, I mean, how could
with
it
their
not
wallets?
Be? You're talking about if we're talking about it like this, well, then the betting perception is probably that way, and I've seen it fluctuate. And if you got to, with all the noise, everything we're talking about is that if out of any of these first 4 games, this is the one that I think they can win, even though it is in tough Soldier Field and stuff like that. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, it's the same.
I'm sorry.
How many times we bet the Lions and go, you're looking at this and it feels, I mean, don't bet. Just cheer.
I smell some. I smell pancakes too.
You smell something?
I do.
You smell something, DMac?
I do.
You smell something? I think we might have something for you, DMac.
Yeah,
I think we might have something for you, DMac.
Look at this. Now, DMac, in honor of the grind line, being a part of the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame here tonight as a Michigan treasure, we brought the Red Wing theme pancakes out there for you. Can you eat all those? You think you can eat all those?
if I had to. Like, listen, what does my man Joique Bell say? How much on it? How much on it? You know what? Do we get syrup with this too, or what?
Good Lord.
I'll try.
DMac's going all the way in.
I'm going to have to take a bite, but in honor, I will take this for everybody out there in Wingwheel Nation now on behalf of the Grind Line.
There he is.
I don't think Drapes eats pancakes.
Well, DMac, we did want to send these over.
Hold on, DMac. You got to go all the way down and get.
You want me to go all the way down?
You got to go all the way down. It's funny. Whenever I see pancakes like that, I always think of a Goofy movie where they would take the pancakes and put the whole.
Look at this.
You can't.
You can't. There he is. Congratulations, Darren McCarty, everyone.
Congratulations. It's major.
No, we did want to say that, though, DMac. We brought these over. The fine folks here at Big Boy helped us out on this. Want to say congratulations, man. He went all the way in, folks. Hey, we're going to take a break. We're going to give him a chance to digest, to get a bigger bite on there. Go to Joique's Instagram Live right now. You'll see the aftermath of it all. But it does give me the opportunity to tell you. And look, you guys know I had the Big Boy Classic today, but you also know how I roll when it is lunchtime. PapaRomano'sPizza.com. You can order lunch for the whole squad in the office. Go to PapaRomano'sPizza.com. Slide through, pick everything up, the deep dish pizza, the regular pizzas, the salads, the Caesar, etc. You know the deal, the pitas, all of it. It's all great at PapaRomano'sPizza.com. Lunchtime's pulling up on you right now, so pull on up on PapaRomano'sPizza.com.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, DMac, who will be honored tonight at the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame as a Michigan treasure with his Grind Line mates. And there, got him the Red Wing themed pancakes. But everybody's real proud of you, though, DMac.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Team effort.
Hey, we've got a special guest if you want to say hello to him.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we do have a special guest on the line right now. Do we have him?
Yes, hello there. How are you, Pizza?
Yeah, nice. What's going on?
Actually, I saw you last night. I was at the game last night up in the press box watching, and with you and Art and what's her
Carly.
name?
Carly.
Sorry, yeah.
Listen, I know it's a little early. It's before noon. Anybody who doesn't know, this is the least talking member of the Grind Line,
Yeah.
Kirk Maltby, the left side. But no, Malt's that perfect segue. But what does it mean, I guess, for you? I think I showed Neal the text that Drapes sent out. I said, in typical Drapes fashion, like when we read it, like as if everybody knows, Joey's the papa, but Drapes is the sort of the ringleader. So how about from Kirk Maltby's mouth? What does it mean, to be honored as a Michigan treasure as part of the Grind Line?
Yeah, before, it was over a year ago when we were actually supposed to be, have done this, and when I got the phone call, I was, caught off guard and pleasantly surprised and was acknowledged for our participation, I guess, in the success of the Red Wings in particular during the 4 Cup runs is, it's an honor. I think I say that on behalf of all 4 of us, and the fact that we have this opportunity to get acknowledged is not something that I was expected or anything like that, but I kind of I'm very appreciative and honored by it, and I look forward to sitting up there today with you guys, and I know we'll represent Drapes, but it's something that it just goes to show you in a team sport you need all aspects. Obviously, we weren't the Steve Yzermans and the Sergei Fedorovs and the Nick Lidstroms. Our roles were completely different than that, but it's kind of a piece that we were a piece that you need to have success. So I guess at the end of the day, it's a complete honor to be able to get recognized at the event tonight.
Kirk Maltby joining us here on Big D Energy. He will be honored alongside his grind line teammates as a Michigan treasure at the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. And Kirk Maltby played over 1,000 games in the NHL.
How many good ones, O'Neal? How many good ones?
How many good ones?
All of them.
They were all good, man.
All good.
So I have a question for you. So it's funny because I was talking to we had Calvin on the show yesterday, and he has this Football Life coming on today, and I don't know if you're familiar, but Nate Burleson was a great teammate to both of us, and he was giving out some information, and he doesn't know the information that Nate gave out or the stories he was going to tell. Do you have any stories about DMac that you can say on here?
You know what? I mean, knowing Darren, I mean, he's an open book. I mean, right. Darren has probably told everything that any one of us know about him. But I mean, it was sitting up in the press box last night watching Darren, and I don't know if this is really a story. I guess it's just kind of a comment on his character. I was sitting up there, and there was the Grand Rapids coaches, and then there was some prospects to my other side. And, we're up there, and Darren's, on the big screen in between, periods. And they're just like, how's Darren doing? I go, Darren's doing great. I go, as you can see, he's happy-go-lucky. I can't remember what happened 2 weeks ago, let alone, 10 years ago. Darren remembers everything about almost anything that happened, whether good, bad, or indifferent, on the ice, off the ice. And I told him, I go, but he's got a heart of gold. Like, he's one of those guys that you can always, call up and, whether it's something for sports or a charity golf outing or just, maybe a commercial read or just, support on some level. So, as far as the story, I don't know if there's anything I could even really say or that Darren hasn't already indulged. But from a character standpoint, he's about as good as they get.
Hey, Maltz, can you confirm, though, and because you can't deny, will you tell everybody that, Ozzy was always the mercurial japper, but tell everybody how you used to cerebrally mess with my crosswords and my Sudoku because we sat beside each other. And so Maltz is the needler. Who's the needler in the room, right? Where there's a guy that I'm the loud guy or whatever, but Maltz and Ozzy, but Maltz is always the guy that's going to covert get you with something you might not know initially. So I used to do crosswords and Sudoku. He'd sit beside, and when I'd lay it down or whatever, and he'd put a number or a letter in there, and it would really screw me up, right? Will you please tell everybody, I tell them all that, will you just tell them that that's true?
Yeah, I can 100% confirm that kind of stuff happened with your Sudokus and crosswords. And I guess the thing that would be a knock is the fact that you would always leave it unattended in the training room a lot of the time too, where it's usually where we would take advantage of putting in a few letters here and there or numbers on the Sudoku, and but somehow it never stopped you from finishing it, whether it was right or wrong. So.
Oh yeah, it would never stop me from finishing. So they would know that, and then I just finish it. And I'd always sign it. They'd always wait for me to sign it, and they go, "You can't sign that. It's not done correctly." And it was like, I don't care. I get to a point, get frustrated. Was there a guy in the Lions locker room or anybody in that you can remember that was always practical joke or just trying to?
So we had a couple guys. So we had during training camp on the very last day, everyone is trying to rush out to catch their flights, and so people are bringing their luggage to the facility to they can just grab their luggage and head out. And so for all the young guys during practice. I think one of the veterans went in and took all of the luggage of the younger guys and wrapped them all with tape all around each other. So when practice was over, it took them forever to try to get that bag off the tape, and then also taking everyone's shoes and then tying them in knots with everybody else's shoes in the locker room. And
that's more of an Aussie than a Maltz. Maltz would be telling him to do that, but that's way too much physical activity for Maltz.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so Ozzy had the downtime. So quick story about Ozzy. He was sitting out. Not playing one game, he was backing up, and you remember how Dave Lewis would wear his running shoes for the game, but he would never do the laces up on the running shoes. So there was a stool right beside the defensive end where Dave Lewis would coach, and there was a stool that Ozzy would sit on. So with about a minute left, he kind of took a chance, and he grabbed these, and these laces were ridiculously long for his running shoes. And Ozzy tied it around the stool, and when the horn went, we start going down the hallway. And all of a sudden, Louis goes, and this stool goes clunking down behind him, and then, Scotty Bowman's right there. He's like, Jesus Christ, Louis, what the hell's going on? But yeah, Ozzy was a pretty good pranker as well.
Yeah, it's good. So I say the word. This is the best one. They took all the shoes, like the good shoes, not the cleats, and they wrapped them, threw them all in a trash bag, right? Wrapped them up. I think they put some like a weight in it, and wrapped them all up and threw them at the bottom of the cold tub.
Ooh, and they shrank.
Yeah. No, and now you go get dressed, you realize you're dressed up and you have no shoes, and you're already dressed, and now you have to go hop in the cold tub to grab your stuff out. And so, yeah, it was.
Well, that was like Ozzy used to sew your keys in your pants pocket, and that's a whole different one. But
we got it for days. It was
Maltz, let me just move. You mentioned, obviously, anybody knows Kirk Maltby, left winger for the Grind Line, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, and the amateur scouting professional. So he's in charge. Maltz, tell everybody what you're in charge of and what you're looking for, because I want to tell you, I really like this Pius Suter kid. I think what I saw out of Lucas Raymond is everything you guys have been telling me, that is, hockey IQ, and the goal he scored last night, the Maurice Siders and stuff like this. But give people a little bit of insight about, what not only your role is, but different guys I guess the inner workings of the organization with your role.
Yeah. So I actually I do pro scouting, so I just do all NHL and AHL stuff for trades, free agents, stuff like that. Grace is in charge of the amateur stuff and all the drafts. So I'm actually getting to see a lot of these guys for the first time in person, like you are, Mac, like the Raymonds, and I saw a little bit of Sider and guys like that, but with Suter, obviously it's his first exhibition game, so you don't put a ton of stock into it, but it's nice to see him have a good night. And, the problem with him was when Stevie called me on him, because Chicago's my team where he played last year, he had such a small body of work. He only played, I think, 55 NHL games total. So, now you're looking at, you got to sign a guy to a 2-year, 3-year contract, and he's wanting upwards of, what he got, around 3 and a quarter. And it's like, man, it's so small. But, last night, he's a smart hockey player. He's not the biggest, strongest guy. He's not the fastest guy, but he's got good hockey sense. He plays fast, and you saw a little bit of that last night. It's nice to see some of these guys. I mean, that we've drafted. They're coming up and getting the luck, and whether they'll start the year on the roster or maybe go down and get seasoned a little bit in Grand Rapids. But the guys like Siders and the Raymonds and the Valenos and all those kinds of guys. They're going to be good hockey players. At what level, I guess, is only time will tell. And then, Mac, you know how it was back in the day when it came to free agency. It's not like it is today. It's a lot harder today. Back then, it was, we would wake up on free agency deadline day and from our nap, if we had a game, it was like, kind of rubbing our hands together. Okay, who'd we get today? So it's a little bit more difficult to pluck the high-end talent, but we feel like with a guy like Suter, he's definitely one of those guys that is going to come in and fill a need for us on kind of all around power play, penalty killing, and 5-on-5. And then, unfortunately with Verona going down, with his shoulder, it's going to give an opportunity to some other guys, whether it's, signing Bobby Ryan maybe now off his PTO. So, so basically I just go out and watch a lot of NHL, AHL games. And when Stevie calls or we have meetings, I just put my 2 cents in on players, and then it's up to him to decide whether he believes they're worth, whether it's giving up assets to trade for a player or we're going to offer a contract because he's a free agent.
All right, well, Kirk Maltby, we certainly do appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations. Kirk Maltby will be alongside this guy, Darren McCarty, and the rest of his Grind Line mates tonight at the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame, as they will be honored as a Michigan treasure. And you guys are iconic, man.
Make
in the
sure
state
you guys
of Michigan.
get there early before Joey and Maltz drink all the beer. All right, so there you go. But congrats, Maltz. Love you, and couldn't think for a better guy. And also, we all know that this is to know who Steve yells at, Maltz or Drapes, depending on which guy. So thanks for breaking that down for us for the NHL guys. But I'll see you tonight, bud. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys. Mac, it'll be great to see you and Joey tonight. And have a good rest of your day, guys.
You got it.
I appreciate it. Kirk Maltby, everybody. Grind Line member as well, as we said, being honored by the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame tonight as a Michigan treasure.
Totally different level. Speaking of levels, Levels in Centerline is now open starting right now. Get 10% off your order just by mentioning Woodward Sports, whether you're in-store or on the Google or Apple app. Make sure you mention Woodward Sports. Get 10% off. T-Grizzly Gas, my DMac Max 69, or my favorite, Jet Gelato Fuel. On sale now. Also edibles, everything. Download the Enjoy Levels app today. Start saving. Tell them Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network.
He was waiting for it.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Second hour of the show here. Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. We are live at Big Boys at 12 and Hoover in Warren. Already had some of the people pull up on us. Feel free to slide through if you can. My name is Neal Ruhl. This guy's Joique Bell. That guy's Darren McCarty. Art is here. Fish is here as well. The whole squad. We're squad deep up in here, but that was great to hear from Kirk Maltby. As we said, got some college football to get to, but I do want to get some of the reaction here on our YouTube chat thread. And Chuck Brewer says, it's so cool how many of the Cup team members are involved still with this team. And DMac, I know, and you listen to Kirk Maltby, and you listen to Chris Draper in the scouting roles that they've taken on right now, that is their goal. Like, not their goal, that's their mission to bring this franchise full circle, right? They did it as a player. You know, the little valley came. Now they're circling the wagons. They want to bring this back to that level.
Just look at the organization, and this starts at the top. I mean, it's hashtag Wiser Plant, but you see why, and you see when you hear Kirk Maltby talk or you hear Chris Draper talk about the roles that they have, they take as much pride in it as why they're getting inducted in as a Michigan treasure tonight as part of the grind line. You know, we all do that. So, you know, it's all sort of you go with what you love, and you listen to Kirk talk there about scouting pro and AHL guys and stuff where you see like a Pius Suter. These are questions that he told you. Small sample size, but Steve Eisenman asked him, is this guy worth it? And he's got to give his standard. Now, when Steve Eisenman looks down to a guy like Chris Draper and Kirk Maltby, who he's won cups with, who knows what these guys are all about, just the same way as Kirk Maltby looks down from the press box and sees me doing my media thing and just being, you know, have those things said, is because there's
ownership.
There's ownership
to you. There's ownership to him. There's ownership to Eisenman.
We all are ownership, right? And we all try to fill our role the best way for the team. For me, I always say I'm the battery. The people are my power. So I'm going to be doing that in-house stuff. I'm going to be standing there taking pictures, signing autographs, talking to people, because that's who I am.
Right.
Kurt Maltby's the one who wants to travel all around. Chris Draper's the one who wants to be in Winnipeg and all that stuff.
Thanks,
man.
Hey, speaking of that, there's the big boy. There he is.
Hey,
there he is.
Hey,
the original big boy. It wouldn't be anything without Maz. Just
big boy.
Hey, anybody, no matter what they're doing in the organization.
Maz was showing up. He was showing up the hockey jersey.
I thought you was
Hey, did you guys watch that Mets 30? Did you watch that Mets 30 for 30? Yeah. Hey,
I'm surprised you didn't just start eating my pancakes.
Yeah, the Jets and the Giants suck. It's hard being a football fan right now. I don't know if you guys know that or not. It's hard.
Hey, D-Mac. Stop giving Maz a hard time. Give him a couple of pancakes.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, that's what Maz, you can have some pancakes. Those are the red, white, and there's 12 of them.
Maz got the hockey jersey, too, though. What number did you get, Maz? 70? Oh, I thought you were going to be like Wendell Clark.
How old he
71.
is.
He got 700.
Got his age.
Man's got 700.
Oh, man. We were talking about Red Wings hockey.
No,
That's
anyway,
right.
Yeah, guys are in the right position.
You gotta love Maz.
They are. I have to say that. And I'm not really, and D-Mac, you know this, I'm not really a slappy like that. Like, I don't I don't just say, oh, the guys are here, like that's going to be awesome. No. Getting a chance to talk to you guys and seeing the look on your face, hearing the tone that you talk with, it's the same as when you were playing. That's the way I feel about it. I'm not a slappy, man. I truly believe that.
No, it is, because we take pride in it. It's different things. And, to be honest, it's the same thing as that we're going, getting inducted tonight, and I'm going out to do a death match, because I'm the same way where my passion with the, especially the Michigan, the independent wrestling all throughout, the country, different things where I figure wanted to be able to, these guys to get their opportunity to do that. It's okay to love what you love. And that's the thing. We all love differently, but when it comes down to it, some things we love the same, some we don't. But the one thing is, whether it's me talking about what I see, facilitating the information because, this is what Chris Draper does. This is what it is. Yuri Fisher, you see Nicholas Cronwall. You see pictures of training camp. You got Nicholas Cronwall on the ice with Maurice Sider. I mean, these are the things of why. I'm just showing you why and telling you why this is going to happen. It's the same sort of thing when you watch Championship, and I don't have to tell you because you've watched it with DCFC, right? Where putting the product out, but also too, there's a culture, and that's getting that culture back, and we're getting there slowly but surely, and there's pieces there. So anybody who was at the game last night, anybody who's seen this Red Wing team, it's like when we're talking about the Lions, 3 of 34. There's something there. We're building on something. Well, the Wings are in the same position with some of these young guys, and the reason is because everybody cares, whether you're a player or from the top to the bottom in this organization. So we're going to get there. And as former players, we don't care more. We care differently, So as a fan, as whatever else. So it's a great time to be in Detroit.
Detroit Dabber says, Maz buzz the tower. So
that's not buzzing the tower. That's just friggin'. I don't know.
No, that was good. But the Michigan Wolverines mixing it up. Certainly the big college game on tap here for local fans in the Detroit area. They will be at Wisconsin. It's been interesting to see how that betting line has progressed. Through the week, lots of steam initially on Michigan, then the sentiment. I mean, I gotta see it before I'll believe it. I gotta see it before. Art. This team does not win road games against even relatively good teams.
They haven't beat Wisconsin in forever. They're gonna win this weekend. Go Blue!
You know what?
I'm just telling you what is.
I'll be the Ryan Romani of this show.
Let's put things into perspective right now. All right, let's do it.
Because I'll talk about facts, and you'll tell me what you think.
So give me some facts right now. Give me some facts. I'm going to give you my facts.
Haven't beaten a ranked team. And I know Wisconsin's not ranked, but this just goes to show you what the deal is with them. Haven't beaten a ranked road team in like 8 years on the road. Stuff like that. These are all factual. The whole have never been to Indianapolis. All of it. And to do that stuff, you have to win. You see, Joique, that's the problem I have. That's the problem I have with it right there. This is all factual.
Can I give you some facts in right now?
Yeah, please do.
Let me give you some facts right now. I'm going to tell you what I know. I'm going to tell you what I know.
Go ahead.
Right now, Michigan is 16th in the country in scoring right now.
Woo! Yep.
This is the highest scoring offense in the last 50 years
Where they rank
of
in the
Michigan football. Huh?
Where do they rank in MAC scoring?
Hold up. So hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done right now.
Sounds like a Michigan hater to me.
And they rate number 2 in scoring in the Big Ten. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I can only go off the numbers. I'm not going off what I think. I'm going off what I know.
Okay.
All right.
Cool opponents that they played. Sure.
We'll see.
Cool opponents that they played.
Okay.
But this just goes to show you. And
you got to
look,
see it. Okay,
I know Wisconsin isn't ranked, guys. Hold on. But they're as dangerous because their season hangs in the balance. And this is a classic game that Michigan loses under Harbaugh. It is. That's not giving you opinions, man. And if you're going to be a Big Ten caliber, championship caliber team, you have to win these games on the road, and they haven't for a long time. They've never played in a Big Ten title game ever. Like why this arrogance all the time, man? Like why the head nod and everything like that? What based on what? Based on what?
Based on winning.
Right. So when are they going to start?
Wisconsin's 1-2. We're undefeated, 4-0. What else we need to do? We can't control. We can't control who we play. We can only control how we play. We've been playing well as of lately. That's all I'm saying. And I told you before the season started that this was a different team, and not saying that from the outside looking in. This is information I'm getting from inside sources, from players on the team saying that players are buying
because I know all those players on all those teams that are like, man, we suck.
No.
Like, God, we're bad. I mean, you've seen bad Michigan teams before. Wait till you see this Michigan
So you know
team.
what it is, though? You know what it is? It's not the media. It's not the players talking to the media. It's players talking to Joique Bell, the football player, and we're going to talk to you one-on-one, and this is just between us. I'm not saying any name, but I'm letting you know right now that these players are buying in to what Harbaugh is selling because
it's 7 years, man. What is different?
Huh?
What? Why is it different now? Okay, explain. I'll play your game. I'll play your game. Why is it different
I'm going to tell you why it's different. Because the players now are believing that Harbaugh really cares about them as players and really
he didn't before. He didn't before.
No. I'm not saying that he didn't before. I'm not even saying that
now
he didn't.
He really does.
No, I'm not saying that.
Really,
you want me to explain to you?
Really?
You got to let me finish.
Yeah, okay,
you want me to explain to you? Let me finish.
Sure.
I'm not never saying that he didn't. But it was situations that happened after this new deal that happened. How he was going out helping players who he didn't have to, that players felt he didn't care, was helping them out with getting them money to make sure they were taken care of. And he was doing other things with families. And they're like, no, he really does. And they're buying into what he's selling because now they feel appreciated and they really feel like that he's there for them as a player, not just as a coach.
Well, that's all it takes to win.
It takes that when you have a coach, that you want to play for because you want to be successful, versus a coach that you're playing for because you're feared that you might lose. I'm not saying you're going to lose a scholarship, but you might lose your spot. You remember what Coach Kelly said? He said everybody's spot on this team is up for grabs. He said that to the whole Notre Dame team.
Yeah, but that's Notre Dame.
Huh? That's Notre Dame. But
not
also,
Michigan. But Joe, I know what you're saying.
Are they losing? Are they losing, though? Are they losing?
They have to win this weekend. Let's figure it out.
But no. We're talking a hypothetical. We're talking right now. Have they lost?
No, but either is Michigan State.
Okay, Michigan State is playing well.
But it's about going on the road and doing something that you haven't done in 7 years under this coach. So show me. Show me the change.
You said going on the road and playing ranked teams. Wisconsin isn't ranked. So even they win this game, what's there? Oh, Wisconsin's not ranked.
Okay, but here,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying going into Wisconsin, ranked or not ranked, as a road game in the Big Ten, who cares what the record is, because what Neal says is that they're playing for their lives. Michigan's playing for something that they haven't done in a while. Go out there and prove everything you're saying. Everything you're saying is improved. So far, so good.
That is not what I'm saying is Neal came out and said that they have not beaten a ranked team on the road in 70 years.
Is that the truth?
Is that facts? Or is that what we know? Is that what we think?
That's what we know.
That's what we know. So even they go and beat Wisconsin on the road, does this not count because they're not a ranked team?
Okay, to your argument of beating a ranked team, okay, drop that. I didn't say beating a ranked team. I'm saying beating Wisconsin, a Big Ten team, on the road, stuff that they haven't done in the past that they need to do to change everything. If you're telling me what you're hearing from in the locker room, then they're going to show it in Wisconsin, because ranked or not ranked, a Wisconsin road game in the Big Ten is a big game.
Well, you know what? Time will tell.
But here's my question.
Shut up, Art.
No, listen, I got your back. What are you talking about?
Raise your hand.
If they were to win this
weekend,
weekend, Neal, will you be a little less harsh on them? And DMac, would you be a little bit? Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't harsh on them. I agree with what it is. My thing is the truth. It ain't, but it doesn't. You're not going to hear me go, oh, they're going to beat a ranked team. They're going to. It ain't about that. It's Wisconsin on the road in the Big Ten, right? You're worried about winning Big Ten championships? How about win a Big Ten road game?
Oof.
And then go.
Well, listen, you guys should be worried about a haircut. And if you're looking for a place to get a haircut, well, how about
I've been
Lady
looking.
Jane's?
I just can't get in.
Okay, well, I'll call some people. I know some folks at Lady Jane's. If your hair is looking like this, all crazy, get your hair cut. Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, all right? We like the Sunday football games. We like that the sports are coming back and that the NFL is going strong, and we like our haircuts, all right? So Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Check them out. You can walk in, sign in, sit down, and your hair will be wicked awesome. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome. We are live at Big Boy in Warren. We got more Big D energy coming up right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
All right, here for Underdog Fantasy. That's right. Let's talk about Underdog Fantasy. NFL season is underway, but you can still draft a new fantasy team. Yeah, you're like, oh, I missed the fantasy football season. No, you didn't. Through their slick mobile app and user-friendly site, you could join a league and draft a team in minutes. Plus, on top of that, you throw $10 in. I almost dodged that, except I got it with my eyeball. Workman's comp. Anyway, $10 you could get for free. All you got to do is deposit $10. Use that code WSN. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Search them in the App Store. Make sure that you use that promo code WSN. Back to Big D Energy right here. Woodward Sports. Thank you.
Back at it here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, live at Big Boys at 12 and Hoover and Warren. Pull up on us. My name is Neal Ruhl. He's Joique Bell. He's DMac, Darren McCarty. And Joique, I have to give you congratulations, man, because you did it. You pulled it off. What you did was you went on a filibuster, and you knew in your heart, you knew in your mind that we break at 24 past the hour. I knew exactly what you were doing. You're like, let me talk, and then I'll take it to commercial, and maybe you'll forget. But you know what? I didn't forget, Joy. I didn't forget. Because now you're going to listen. Now you're going to listen. You are going to listen. The golden rule. Go. Okay? And I won't go on a filibuster. I won't take this till 12:50. I will simply say this. I will, based on Joique's logic, and some of you guys here in the chat thread as well, Jake Wegener, Neal, let's speak facts. Neal brings up facts of past rosters, not the current team. Okay, that's fine. I'll play Joique's game. I'll play Jake's game. Here we go. I just want to be the first to congratulate Coastal Carolina on winning the national title because they are 4-0. They have the number 4 scoring offense in the country. So by your guys' logic, we're all playing catch up to Coastal Carolina.
Did you say your guys?
Yeah, Joique. Jake, not you, not you. But they scored 52 against Citadel. Then they backed it up 49 against Kansas. That's a Power 5 opponent. 49 points against Kansas. You have to respect that. Hey, escaped with a big road win in the MAC. And look, you guys celebrate the MAC. So for Coastal Carolina to go on the road at Buffalo and win 28-25, that shows their mettle. That's a national championship caliber effort. You guys know? You guys won home games against the MAC. Imagine winning on the road. Imagine winning on the road in the MAC. That's big time.
I'm about to kill him with this.
And then last week, 53-3 against Massachusetts.
He's on the elliptical right now, boys.
53-3.
Got him on the elliptical.
This Coastal Carolina team, it's different. It's not the old 1AA or FCS times. They're nationally ranked. They have the look. They're playing in the Sun Belt. They have a high-octane offense. They're fitting to pull up on you.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? I said it time and time again, and sometimes when you hear your parents talk to you, it goes in one ear out the other. And you need somebody else to come in and say it. You got that pretty girl at school, and your mom been telling you to wash and put deodorant on. And you're like, oh, I'm not going to do it. Now you're weak and you stink. And now that pretty girl you got a crush on walks up to you, and you build up the confidence. You go say, hey, I really think you're cute. And she said, oh, you stink. And now you rush home and you hop in the shower. I'm going to say it again because hopefully it'll get in Neal's head. Hopefully it sticks in there. Because I'm going to say it right now. You can't control who you play.
Right. Which is why Coastal Carolina clearly has the medal to win the national title. They do.
We'll see what happens.
Road wins in the MAC, according to Michigan fans. When you beat the MAC, man, that's saying something.
Listen, you can't control who you play. You can't control.
No, actually, you can control who you play.
No.
You exactly control who you play in college
I'm talking about the players. I'm talking about the players. The players can't control who they play.
Right.
And the players has nothing. They have nothing to do with that. The only thing they have to worry about is worrying about the opportunity they have right in front of them, and that's playing who they have to play.
Oh, DMac.
And right now they've been balling. They 4-0. They undefeated.
DMac. You know what just popped inside my head?
Nothing.
I'm gonna, the hashtag 2023 T-shirts that we're gonna do in the Honolulu blue with the silver hashtag, and we're gonna do Red Wings ones with the red and white, a Pistons teal, a throwback one, hashtag 2023. Coastal Carolina, I'm gonna do the Coastal Carolina teal, but it's gonna say hashtag 2021.
Oh well, you should. We have to get on somebody's boat. We got to get on the boat early to see how we do it.
You see?
Right with you. Yeah.
You see?
What are they called? The
Chanticleers.
The what?
The Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
Chanticleers. I mean, I would just the Chanticleers. Fish, isn't that one of the greatest names ever?
Like that, Joique. You got to answer back.
He can't.
This is a battle rap. He 3-0'd you right
Yeah,
now.
He's listen. He's talking to a school we can't even talk about right now. You can't even put that team in the same caliber as Michigan. I
Why
can't
not?
argue with that.
I just gave you your logic. They've got a Power 5 road win.
Okay.
They've
Good
got a
for
road
them.
win in the MAC.
Okay.
Everything that I've been told about Michigan, they've done it, except they've done it on the road.
It has nothing to do with Michigan.
No, it does. It has everything to do with Michigan.
Has nothing to do with Michigan.
Now, here's my question, right? If I look at this line, and Michigan at number 14 ranked +2 at Wisconsin, does that line not tell you that what we're saying, Neal, is that the handicappers or Vegas thinks that it's going to be a closer game, or it's going to be more of a it's going to be a tougher game, or what? Like, look at the line.
Give me your YouTube login. Let me get in the chat right now, and I'll say the odds makers have nothing to do with what the final score will be and who will win the game. Signed DMac.
Really?
No, I know. Yeah.
Really? Really?
But again, that's what it goes back to.
I mean, Art, I've lost millions of dollars, all right, and whatever like that. Even I know now, maybe at some point, I didn't believe that Vegas, they kept building those casinos because they kept making money, but I do now. So if you don't think +2, now I'm not saying when we do our picks that I don't think Michigan has the ability to win, but this is a tough game in Wisconsin, and to Joique's point, throw out the records to the players because they got to play the game. The Wisconsin kids don't think about what the record. They know that they've lost twice and they got to win this game at home. That's going to be that. The atmosphere is going to be great. The fact they have fans in there, so Michigan will get more credit not to beat the ranked team, but beating Wisconsin in Wisconsin as the Big Ten. That's it.
Yeah, and look, I'll look you guys in the camera. If they win this game, yeah, I'll give them some credit for that. I'll give them some credit for that.
Hold on.
He hasn't said all along he's not giving any credit. He's calling it like he sees it.
No. What I'm saying is this. You're going to give them credit and then say what's going to be the negative thing after that? Because there's going to be something.
Yeah. We're going to watch the game and have to see how it plays out.
It's going to be like a woman
Isn't it always negative, even when you
always
win?
have an excuse on the back of the apology.
Well, they're not playing for the national championship this weekend, Joy. They're playing against a 1-2 football team, man.
Hey, but it's a Big Ten school, though.
I know that you'll hold it up. Well, hey.
It's a Coastal Big Ten
Carolina. Coastal Carolina beat a Big 12
It's a Big Ten school on the road.
Yeah.
Does on the road, what's Michigan's on the road Big Ten record? That's all I'm saying. Go win a game you're supposed to win.
That's not what we're saying right now.
Yeah, it is.
No. We're past that part right now, DMac. We're to the part now that we're to the part now that if they go and they win this game against Wisconsin,
it'll be cute. It'll be cute.
And then you're going to give them credit.
Can we watch and see how they win the game, and then we can comment on what we saw and everything else instead of
it'll be cute, and I'll pinch their little cheeks, and I'll say that's such a cute win for you guys.
And then what?
Then
exactly.
you got to go to Michigan State.
That's not credit.
Then you got to go to Penn State.
That's not credit.
Then you got to beat Ohio State, and you got to be a factor.
That's a backhanded compliment.
No, it's not. It's what you do for me lately.
Hey, Art, those glasses look good on you. I mean, I wouldn't wear them, but they look good on you, though.
Joy, here's what they have to do. All right, I'll give them credit for winning on the road, but here's what you got to do: be a factor.
Yeah.
Be a factor. Be in the mix. That's it. Is that an unrealistic expectation to be a factor 7 years into this regime when I was told Nick Saban's on notice? And yes, I'm going back to that. Be a factor, Joique. You're not a factor if you go into Wisconsin and win. I'm sorry. Hey, I can't control who you play.
Neal, the bad part is because you and I on air together went through that 7 years ago, so I'm sitting here going,
question, do you guys have Michigan winning this weekend, yes or no?
Yes.
I don't until I see it.
So you have Wisconsin winning?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask a question.
You put your money on that. Would you for your hot take, would you take that right now for your hot take?
we got 4 scrambled eggs with cheese.
Let me ask a question though.
Right.
What game though?
Did you raise your hand?
What game DMac don't? What game in this season for Michigan, if they win, will Neal say, "Okay, I believe it now"?
If they get to Indianapolis.
Okay.
See, here's the thing. Is anybody logically that I want them to go in there to win Wisconsin? Then The Michigan State's a test. Then Penn State's a test. There's tests all the way to
Maryland's
what Neal's saying
now.
is you have to prove it so that at least if you put yourself in the conversation, we can move you into that conversation, right? Should we not be talking about Michigan as a perennial top 10 team school in the football? Jeez.
Hey, Neal, real quick, I just got to know, what did Jim Harbaugh say to you that really fired you up and made you believe in this team? What was it? He said that he's going to be the new who? It wasn't the new Nick Saban. He was going to take over and he was going to do incredible things.
7 years ago.
Yeah, 7 years ago. That's I took the calls from everybody. I did the show.
I was doing the show. Maz was there too.
The day he got hired, DMac and I were doing the show together. The day he got hired, and it was 4 hours of straight Harbaugh talk. And it was one after the other. Multiple national titles. Nick Saban's on notice. Ohio State's going to be an afterthought. Basically, everything opposite of that happened. Every single thing. And yeah, guys, I'll keep going back to that because that's what all I have to go on.
Yeah,
what do you have to go on?
What's his all-time record here?
Who cares?
Oh, against the MAC or against Ohio State?
No, just in general.
Against who?
Why does it always come back to
because it's all they have, Darren.
I know it is.
It's all they have.
I know, it's sad.
That's all they have is the past.
Oh, it's sad. You know, I take that from D-Man. I'm not going to take that from Neal.
Okay, well, yeah. You can argue with math.
Because I want better for this program that's
we all
supposed
want
to be
better.
the leaders and the best.
But you can't be better being negative.
I'm not being negative, Joique. I'm being realistic.
He's being realistic. Well, I'm being realistic, too. Show me. I want to jump.
They 4-0. What you want them to do?
I want him to win. I want him to be 5-0. I want him to be 6-0. I want him to be a factor. I want him to be watching all these other teams, Clemson fall, Ohio State fall. I want to see Michigan be the Michigan that I've been told for 7-8 years what it's supposed to have been throughout the thing, because now you have an opportunity to actually prove it. So the fact that they're not talking, the fact that they're going to go and play gives me some hope that I'm going to see that.
They
but I
quiet over there.
have to see it.
They're quiet over there.
Because 7 years, I haven't seen it. I've heard it. I haven't seen it. So far, I've seen it, but I need to see more. I need to see more. I need to see more.
Yeah. I got my money. I'm betting.
We doing the 4 eggs scramble with cheese?
Oh yeah.
No, he's going the other way.
4 eggs scramble with cheese.
4 eggs scramble with cheese.
I only want 2 though. It'll probably be a cardio day, so I only want 2. But hey, I'll go.
We'll make it
4 egg whites.
We'll go 4 egg whites. And that'll still be less than 1 egg.
All right, bet. There we go. We'll do it. I do need cheese on there, though. Jake says, traditionally Michigan plays poorly at Camp Randall, but Wisconsin looks worse than usual, and Michigan better than they have in a while. Michigan State and Penn State are the games for Michigan to be tested. And Jake, that's fair. Look, and you and I have argued in the past, Jake, but I respect you. You know, you continue to watch the show and listen to the show. I'll listen to what you say, no doubt. You seem to be a level-headed guy for the most part. And in the end, we're saying the same thing.
That's going to be a tough game.
I think you want what I want.
Tough.
You know, I think Michigan fans want what I'm saying. Deep down in their soul, that's what they want.
That's going to be the test for us right there.
Yeah, there's unless it's not a test because you go in there with L's. See, again, and I'll be fair with Michigan fans on this. These first 4 games, there was nothing they could do to sway me. There was nothing they could do. I raised my eyebrow the way they struggled against Rutgers in the second half. Yeah,
we said
there was only negative things that can happen. This Wisconsin game, fair or not fair, there's only negative things that can happen, Joique. If they win, even the fans are telling you, we don't care about this. We care about Michigan State and Penn State and then ultimately Ohio State. So, again, it's house money right here for the anti-Michigan people. You know, Michigan's looking for an advantage in that game. There's no doubt. And if you want an advantage over your sports book, you need to download BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. Their Best Bets computer model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you the best bet recommendation for every game across all major sports and gives you the reasoning behind the why you should place the bet. The why, DMac. BetQL's best bet algorithms went 13-2 on 5-star bets for week 1 of the NFL regular season between Thursday and Sunday. Their platform has all the data, all the analytics you would ever need for all of your own betting research purposes. Head to the App Store or Google Play Store now to download BetQL. Head to try.betql.com/WSN. That'll get you started. You can put in the discount code WSN at the payment checkout. Get you 25% off their subscription offerings or check out their special offer in order to receive a free year of BetQL. Don't miss out on the chance to beat your sportsbook all football season long with BetQL.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Coming down the stretch here on a Friday, Big D Energy. We're live at Big Boys at 12 Mile and Hoover in Warren. My name is Neal Ruhl. He's Joique Bell, the Michigan Slap. He's Darren McCarty in the house as well. Art is here, as is Fish. He's got the tuxedo T-shirt on. Joique, I think, doesn't like me anymore, but hey, we'll move on, Joique. We're still tight, right? Ooh, I'm getting the art treatment right now. Hey, but that's cool, though.
Nice.
You cannot look over here, but as long as you can look into your pocket and find your wallet to pay for those eggs coming up this week, we'll be straight.
Ooh, 4 egg omelet, egg and cheese.
Let's make it a little more interesting.
Whoa.
You got to take the Land Rover for the weekend.
Oh.
Take the Land Rover for the weekend, Joique.
We got the eggs on there.
All right. We're going to save it a little bit bigger for the Michigan State game or the Penn State game. Okay. Hopefully they deserve. All right, what do we got there?
All right, it's time for Big D Energy Picks. I got the Get Right special coming up a little bit later. Art's got our UFC Insiders got one for you. So we'll do it like this. We'll do our Big D Energy Picks. When we come back from the next break, Art will give you his UFC pick, and then when you're in the hole from that, you can have my Get Right pick to get it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
back.
Make sure you get Art's before you get the Get Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Today is Friday. Like I said, every Friday we broadcast one of the best high school football games in Metro Detroit on our Woodward Sports Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Tonight, Brother Rice, Orchard Lake St. Mary's. That's about as big as it gets, folks. You saw Joey here in the big boy costume earlier today. He went to Brother Rice. Our guy Stick went to St. Mary's. So, they're fired up here tonight. And that's brought to you by Woodward Sports, Planet Fitness, and the Prep. Put my work in at Planet Fitness this morning, as a matter of fact. Got the had to come down to the 12-mile one down here, get it in down here. But it is time for Big D Energy Picks. And Joique and I's friendship landed on the rocks over this one. And that's fine. It's our first hurdle as friends, Joique. We'll see. We'll see.
No,
we'll
you know what? I don't hold grudges. It takes too much energy to hold grudges. I say what I have to say. We do get out in the locker room and we go on the field and we play ball.
Absolutely,
so,
and we certainly will. It is time for Big D Energy Picks. DMac circling them up right now.
I respect what you said. That don't mean I had to like it.
That's it. I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the response you get from a lot of Michigan fans.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What you said is true. I just don't like it. And that's fine. And I respect that you recognize that. But anyway.
No,
let's roll.
I don't respect lies, but,
That's one thing I don't do, my friend, is tell lies. It's strictly factual based.
Yes, it is.
Big D Energy pick time. Here we go. Well, let's do it then. Let's do it right now. Let's set it in stone. Michigan +2 at Wisconsin. We go to Darren McCarty.
Got to take the Wolverines, Big Blue. I like exactly. I'm going to agree with Joique. With everything that's coming out of there is no talk, no noise. Just work. There's a road win, and we will be talking about seeing things differently. So I see it that way. I'm taking Michigan +2.
All right, 2-point spread. Joique, what do you got?
We're not gonna. It's gonna be bigger than 2. It's gonna be bigger than 2. I don't.
So you're saying Michigan straight up?
Yeah, I'm thinking 7 to. I'm thinking 7 to 28.
Well, here's a play then. If you guys are a believer in Joique, get to your MyBookie app. Take Michigan on that alt line. You got Michigan on the road -6.5. That'd be a big payout. I'd probably be 2-3 to 1, Joique.
Yeah, I got 7 to 28.
So there you have it. Okay, so big time. I will take Wisconsin just based on the logic. I'll believe it when I see it, and I haven't seen it in a decade. So here we go. We'll move on. The scoreboard will tell the story. Number 17, team of the country, the Michigan State Spartans. They're at home against Western Kentucky. Michigan State -10.5. DMac.
I'm going with the offense, and I think Michigan State wins, but I believe Western covers. I'm taking the +10.5.
All right. What do you got there, Joique? Western Kentucky's +10.5 against Michigan State.
Oh, that's going to be a blowout.
Michigan State puts it on them?
Yeah, 31-10.
31-10. All right. I will take Western Kentucky as well in this one. I'm just a big believer. When you can move the football, when you can score the football the way Western Kentucky does, quarterback is a big-time player. You guys will see it, spreads the ball around. You can't take every single option away. Western Kentucky, I'm not calling for the win. Not calling for the win, but I'm in the DMac camp where I'll take a big-time offense with almost 2 touchdowns. I certainly will take that, so I'll take Western Kentucky in this one. SEC country, Arkansas is at Georgia. Number 8 team in the country in Arkansas, number 2 team in the country in Georgia. Georgia is an 18.5-point favorite.
Well, I mean, ranked number 2, if they're going to make a statement to stay in the top 4, they're going to have to put one on these guys. So I got to take Georgia, and, you know, if I'm going to predict, I got to think it's going to be more than 3 touchdowns.
All right. Joique, what do you got? That's a big number,
that's
man.
That's a big number.
Arkansas is playing good football.
31-21.
31-21, so Joique rolls with Arkansas plus the 18.5.
Yeah.
And I've always made this comparison till they actually went to the college football playoff, but I call Georgia the Michigan of the SEC for a very long time. Like, you always heard about them, and they always had great players and high draft picks and all that stuff, but in the end, you know, they would never win that big game. I'm taking Arkansas, too. I feel like I'm walking into a rake a little bit with this one. I do feel that because that line just seems absurdly high.
I'm going with it. That's ridiculous. I'm going with it.
Yeah, and usually, you know where I am with it, DMac. Like, I usually call these things out, like last night with Jacksonville. Jacksonville was never not in charge of that game from a point spread perspective. But I'll wear it. I'll walk into this one. You guys can say, Neal, I told you so. I'll take Arkansas plus the 18.5. Here's an intriguing run. Real intriguing one. Chuck Brewer sides with you, though, DMac. Says, wow, 18's a lot of points. Georgia wins, but will not cover. But here's a very intriguing one for Big Ten people. Number 5, Iowa, whose road to the national football or the college football playoff is paved in gold with one of the easier schedules you will see in America. They're traveling to Maryland, taking on Tua's brother at quarterback. But Iowa's only a 3-point favorite. But Maryland's such a sexy pick. I almost feel like, you know, Iowa's the play to me. But what say you, DMac?
No, I got to take Iowa because I believe that Iowa is the real deal when it comes to it. And this is a must, you know, going on the road. And like you said, against the flashy quarterback, against, you know, what they're supposed to be. It's that defense. And we'll see if that defense travels, but I got to go Iowa.
Okay, and there you go. Iowa giving 3 to Maryland. Maryland's the sexy pick this week, Joique. What do you got?
I got Maryland.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, of course, he's all sexy.
Yeah.
And, you know, sexy, no sexy.
You know, I like Maryland, and I think this is more so me being biased and me going there, being at the university for those few weeks, interning there. I like the culture there, so I'm gonna go with Maryland.
It is cool. We played there a couple times at Maryland.
Yeah, it's a nice campus.
Their basketball arenas.
Oh, it's nice.
It's an NBA arena.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is on point. Maryland is nice, no doubt about it.
Yeah, shout out to that AD over there.
Yeah, they're getting things done. I'm taking Iowa in this one. I am. There's just this is from last night. I mean, unilaterally across the board, Maryland is everybody's sexy pick. Yep. I'm going with Iowa. I'm sorry. And I know
it says Iowa has a bit of Michigan in them, Neal. They have a track record of losing games.
And that's factual. Yep. And that is factual. But they'll do that later in the season.
Yeah. I usually wait till the last 3 games.
Yeah, they'll do that later.
They usually win these games, and then because how many times you said, oh, this is Iowa's year, or this is, watch out for Iowa, and then it's where'd they go?
Because as I talked about, look at their schedule when you get a second. It's laughable. There is no reason why they shouldn't be in the college football playoff, but there is a reason. Kirk Ferentz, man, he's got life figured out. That big, huge contract he's got, man. It's an automatic raise for getting to 6 wins. Non-FCS wins count towards a total, or non-FBS wins count towards a total. Good for him, man. I'm not a hater. No. I appreciate it. Cincinnati minus 1.5 at Notre Dame.
They're undefeated.
Oh, they are? Yeah. Good for them.
I was undefeated, too, so we'll see what happens.
Cincinnati at Notre Dame, DMac.
Wow.
Cincy's a 1.5-point favorite.
I know, dude. I don't know, man. You know what? This one's a tough one, but is this Cincy's? It seems like Cincy might be their year. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, there's something special, and it's not just that. Just listening, hearing the prognosticators about how the Final Four could be, no matter what the losses, 3 SEC teams in Cincinnati. So I'm going to say that go with the Cincinnati, and I don't think Notre Dame obviously is as good as maybe they had the Mafia last week. I think Terry nailed that when they won. They beat Wisconsin. So
they did.
I got Cincy.
Joique, real quick, Cincinnati, Notre Dame. It is. It's a head scratcher, man.
I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
You're going Notre Dame. I'm taking Cincy because I want to see him do it.
That's
I want to see him crash the party.
I want to see them.
Yeah, I want to see him crash the party.
And I'm doing that because of the coaching.
Yeah,
staff. I'm doing Notre Dame because of the coaching staff.
I'm just saying though, if Cincinnati gets through this weekend, they're home free the rest of the way. They got a very Iowa type schedule, and you watch Cincinnati will get killed by people because of their schedule. The same people that celebrate Iowa will kill Cincinnati because of their schedule. But hey, they can't control who they play, right, Joique?
Can't control it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're running out of time here. Give me your NFL best bet, DMac. What game on the board, DMac, Joique? What game on the board are you most confident about for the NFL this weekend?
You know, I'm taking the Lions +3. I like that game. You know, I like the Lions +3. Looking at that, the only other game that I think the Vikings, you know, after what they did to Seattle last week at home, they might give the Browns what the Lions are going to give the Browns. So, but I'm going to go Lions +3. That's my pick.
What do you got, Joique, real quick on that one for the NFL? What game are you most confident in?
I'm actually, you know, it's weird. I have the Lions against the Bears.
Do you?
This is the one game that I had picked to win at the beginning of the season. I think they're going to split with them. I think they're going to win this one, and then the Bears might have our numbers, but the next game. But I think this might be the game that we have.
I'm taking the Rams over the Cardinals. Rams -4.5. I'm a Cardinals fan. I like them.
They're number 2 on the power rankings.
I know. I don't believe it till I see it. But I mean, hey. You know, I just think the Rams, man, they're the guardians of the NFL's top spot right now.
Hey-o, I see what you did there. That's right. It is Friday. Let's talk about a little bit of Guardian Alarm. That's right, because Guardian Alarm gets it. A good defense on and off the field helps you feel secure. Just ask the real athlete. That would be me. Guardian Alarm, state-of-the-art technology, helps you feel safe 24/7. They also have convenient features that let you can check your carbon monoxide. You can check and control the lights. You could also control the temperature, detect smoke. It'll even let you lock and unlock the doors. So do yourself a favor. Check out Guardian Alarm by calling 800-STAY-OUT. That's 800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm has been trusted for over 90 years at keeping families safe. We got more Big D Energy coming up right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Big D.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back. Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, DMac, Darren McCarty in the house as well. Art and Fish
What's the name
in
of
the
the show?
building here.
Big D. Big D. Energy.
Big D Energy here in the house. We are live at Big Boy at 12 and Hoover in Warren. It's been a great stay here today for us. Was able to knock down that Big Boy Classic.
Well, today it's good. Big Boy Energy.
Big Boy Energy. That is exactly right. But, you know, it is that time where I give you the get right pick of the week. And look, we've
is he giving his first? Or?
We've struggled a little bit the last 2 weeks, but we're going to get back in effect. But before I go to that, Art is our MMA insider. He's got a very special MMA pick that he has this week.
I do. It may not be the Neal's get right pick, but it is the Art Smith Super Saturday MMA special. I just came up with that. I'm a genius.
Art Smith Super Saturday. I hate my money.
I hate my money. So 3 fights coming up this weekend. You've got Thiago Santos and Johnny Walker. I'm going to go with Thiago Santos, 21-9 record. Then you've got Kevin Holland and Kyle Dawkins. I got to go with Kyle Dawkins, 10-2 record going up against 21-7. I think he takes it to the ground and gets it done. And then the Brazilian cowboy, Alex Oliveira, going up against Nico Price. I gotta go with the upset here at a +154 and go with Oliveira. You tie all those together, that's +853. So you get $85 back on a $10 bet. So one more time, Kyle Dawkins, Thiago Santos, Alex Oliveira, UFC this Saturday night.
Johnny Walker can't win. He'd be too
Is that black or blue?
Blue. Johnny Walker.
Which Johnny Walker is he going against? Black, blue?
Black, blue, red.
He'll be black and blue when it's over.
I think he will. Thiago Santos faced John Jones and made it through 5 rounds of torn ACLs in both of his knees. Like, the man is a beast. So imagine, people complain about playing football with torn ACLs. Imagine fighting for your life, and you tear both of them. The man's a beast. I got to go with the Brazilian hammer, Thiago Santos. So.
All right. I like it. Art knows his stuff, man, low key.
When it comes to fights. Hey, how do you feel about Clarissa Shield and her having her press conference? I'm asked her would she fight on the undercard.
She couldn't have come up with a better answer.
Was awesome.
Jake Paul.
That's I loved it. I loved it.
But she said that she would fight under a Tyson card, and I respect her so much more for that because Jake Paul's a circus clown. So,
All right. Well, it is time for the Neal Ruhl Get Right special of the week. You know how it works. I take a late night game. In case your Saturday didn't go the way you wanted it to.
Is there a later night game?
I'm going to get you back to good. For me here this week, I'm taking New Mexico State plus a 28 against San Jose State. That's a 10:30 game, and you guys will love this one. You're going to have to work to watch this one. It's streaming on the Mountain West Conference website. It's not even on CBS Sports.
Fish knows where it's at. Fish has got it locked down, but plus 28, you're not worried about San Jose actually
No, because
doing something?
Their quarterback, Nick Starkel, got hurt in the Western Michigan game. We'll see if he's available.
No Starkel.
Well, I mean, we don't know that for sure. Okay. But even if he is back in, probably in a limited capacity. New Mexico State's been very game this year. I gave them out once already. And look, I've lost the last 2. I got to be better for you guys. I'm going to be better. We're going to get up to 3-2. We're going to continue to get you right. I am very, very confident in this one. I don't know that San Jose State will get to 28 points. And right here, before we say goodbye, we got something very special for Darren McCarty here today. What? And we gave him the pancake. Certainly that was special in and of itself. That was very special. The Red Wing Themes pancakes in order of you being honored as a Michigan treasure at the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. We'll welcome in Patrick Blake, the marketing director for Big Boy here. Final couple minutes of the show. And Patrick, I know that you had a very special gift you wanted to give DMac in honor of being honored by the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame here tonight. First off, thanks for having us. And second, what do you got for DMac?
Yeah, thank you guys for all coming out. And, on behalf of everyone here at Big Boy, we want to congratulate DMac for making the Michigan Hall of Fame. So we got you a to-go bag with a little something from all of us here.
Oh, right on, bro.
All right, let's see what we got in there.
Oh, hell yeah.
It is a gold Big Boy.
Oh, the golden Big Boy.
It's a golden piggy bank.
I know you got a lot of trophies, but I hope this one makes the trophy shelf
this is
as
going to
well.
go right next to all the bobbleheads. But that is awesome.
Yeah.
Don't hate me because you ain't me. I got a gold piggy bank, Big Boy. You come on to Big Boy, maybe you can schmooze it with Patrick.
So question, is it like a big burger they can eat to win that or something like that?
Oh, we can do that contest anywhere.
Oh, look at that.
A gold Big Boy
that's
for
it.
DMac.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even need a slot.
That's that NFT you were talking about earlier.
That's it.
It was a good day for crypto today. I don't know if you've checked the portfolio.
Yeah, we went up about 10%.
Yeah. Got back from when China was pulling their business about how they're going to eliminate crypto and all that stuff. They fell off the shelf a little bit, but Bitcoin always recovers.
Hey,
it's not going anywhere.
Everybody's wondering, Tom Mazaway, was he the original
Big Boy?
Was he the original Big Boy? Because I think that the shape, the style,
the physique.
Little Tommy Mazaway.
Yeah, you don't say the shape, you say the physique.
Maz, come here for a minute and hold your hand like you're holding. Go like this.
Have him hold up that plate of pancakes.
Maz, just hold up this plate of pancakes for the camera like Big Boy. Just hold that plate of pancakes.
Oh, look at.
I'm just saying. Look at the original Big Boy. Now turn around, Maz, so they can see the back profile. Just wait. Just stand up, and walk away. See what I'm saying? It's the Mazaway.
It's the Mazaway.
It's the Mazaway.
No, big time thank you, though, to everybody here at Big Boy. We had an awesome time out here. You guys are the best. Thank you for the Big Boy hockey jerseys as well. We're at Big Boy at 12 Mile and Hoover in Warren. For DMac, for Joique, for everybody here at Woodward Sports. My name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for watching, everybody. Well, see you later.